Picture a man who never once held a job. No salary, no employer, no title on a door. And yet, 4,000 years ago, this man walked the ancient world as one of the wealthiest private individuals alive. Flocks too large to count, herds of cattle, silver and gold by the weight, hundreds of people in his household depending on him for their bread. So where did it come from? He started with a command and a promise. Leave your country, leave your father's house, go to a land I will show you. He left everything familiar and built a fortune from open ground. His name was Abraham, and the way he built, protected, and passed on his wealth is, almost line for line, the same way the smartest investors and founders still operate today. The Bible recorded the whole method. Most people skim past it as an old family story. By the end of this video, you will know the 4 exact moves Abraham made and how to run the same system on your own money and your own life. Stay with me. Move number 3 is the one almost nobody has the nerve to make, because it means walking away from a deal that looks like a sure thing. To understand the fortune, you have to understand where it came from. Abraham did not inherit an empire. He was a nomad, a herdsman, a man living in tents who moved his entire operation across deserts, following water and grass. There were no banks, no stock market, no company you could buy shares in. In that world, wealth was not paper. Wealth was livestock, land, metal, and people who trusted you enough to follow you. Genesis chapter 13 records it plainly. Abraham, it says, had become very wealthy in livestock and in silver and in gold. That single verse is doing something quiet but enormous. It is telling you exactly what his balance sheet looked like. Productive assets that reproduce themselves, a store of value that does not rot, and the trust of a household large enough to defend it. He did not chase money. He accumulated ownership, and here is the foundation the whole fortune rests on. Before God ever made Abraham rich, God made Abraham a promise, and Abraham believed it. Genesis 15 verse 6. Abraham believed the Lord, and it was credited to him as righteousness. Remember that line. We will come back to it, because it is the part the get-rich crowd always deletes. The patience and the trust came first. The wealth came after. This is move number 1, and it is the move that quietly separates the wealthy from everyone else in every single generation. Abraham did not earn a wage. He owned producing assets. Look again at what Genesis records as his fortune: flocks, herds, silver, gold. Notice what is not on that list. There is no salary. There is no paycheck from a master. Every form of wealth Abraham held was an asset that either grew on its own or held its value through time. His sheep had lambs. His cattle had calves. His silver did not spoil. He owned the things that work while the owner sleeps. This is the oldest division in economics, and it has never changed. There are people who rent out their hours for money, and there are people who own things that produce money. The wage earner trades time, which runs out. The owner accumulates assets, which compound. Abraham was an owner from the very first chapter. The modern version is exactly the same. The wealthy do not get rich from their salary. They get rich from what they own. Equity in a business, shares of companies, real estate that pays rent, ownership that earns while they live their lives. So ask yourself honestly, of everything you have, how much is hours for hire and how much is something you actually own? This is move number 2, and it is the one that shows you Abraham was not just rich. He was a deal maker, a negotiator of rare skill, and a man who understood that how you treat people in a conflict is itself a kind of wealth. Genesis 13. Abraham and his nephew Lot have grown so rich that the land cannot hold both their herds at once. Their herdsmen are fighting over water and grazing. A lesser man, the senior man, the man with the promise from God and the larger flock, would have pulled rank and seized the best land. Abraham does the opposite. He turns to Lot and says, "Let there be no strife between us. If you go left, I will go right. If you go right, I will go left." He gives the younger man first choice of the entire land. He gives away the leverage, and watch what happens. Lot grabs the lush green valley, the obvious prize, and the moment he leaves, God gives Abraham everything as far as he can see in every direction. This is the principle. The strongest negotiator is the one who can afford to be generous, because generosity from a position of abundance builds trust, and trust is what closes the deals that matter for decades. The great operators know this. The person who must win every small fight loses the relationship that would have made them rich. So when was the last time you gave away the small win to protect the long game? This is move number 3. The one I told you almost nobody has the nerve to make. Because it is the move where you turn down free money to protect something worth more than money. Genesis 14. 4 kings raid the cities of the plain and carry off the people and all the goods, including Lot, Abraham's nephew. Abraham arms 318 trained men born in his own household. Sit with that number. 318 fighting men born and raised under one man's roof. That is not a herdsman, that is a private enterprise the size of a small army. He pursues the kings, defeats them by night, and recovers everything, all the people, all the goods. A clean victory. And here is where it gets remarkable. The king of Sodom rides out and offers Abraham a deal. Keep all the recovered goods for yourself. Just give me back my people. It is an enormous payday, completely legitimate by the rules of war. And Abraham refuses every coin. He says, I have raised my hand to the Lord, that I will not take a thread or a sandal strap, so that you can never say, I made Abraham rich. He walked away from a fortune so that no one but God could ever claim ownership of him. This is the move. The disciplined operator refuses the deal that would put a string on their independence even when the money is right there. Some payments cost you more than they pay. Could you walk away from money that came with a hidden owner attached? This is move number 4. The moral move, the one that protects everything the first 3 moves build. Because the first 3 are mechanics, and a thief can run mechanics. It is the 4th that decides whether your wealth blesses your name or rots it. Go back to Genesis 14, just before Abraham refuses the king of Sodom. A mysterious figure appears. Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of God Most High. He brings out bread and wine and blesses Abraham. And Abraham, fresh off the greatest victory of his life, does something that makes no worldly sense. He gives Melchizedek 1/10 of everything. The first tithe in the Bible given voluntarily, off the top, before he is ever commanded to. This is the move that anchors the fortune. Abraham gave the first and best portion away on purpose to declare with his own hands that the wealth was a gift and not a god. The same instinct shows up at the end of his life in Genesis 23, when his wife Sarah dies. He does not take a free burial plot offered to him. He insists on paying full price, 400 shekels of silver, for the cave of Machpelah, so the family's first piece of the promised land is owned outright, free and clear, on the record. Generosity at the top, ownership secured at the foundation. That is a man who knows exactly what his money is for. Does your wealth own you, or do you own it? So here is the Abraham blueprint, the original ownership empire, straight out of Genesis. 1. Own producing assets. Do not rent out your hours. Build flocks, not wages. Accumulate the things that work while you sleep. 2. Negotiate from generosity. Give away the small win to win the trust that closes the deals of a lifetime. 3. Refuse the deal with a hidden owner. Walk away from money that would put a string on your independence, no matter how good it looks. And 4. Give the first portion away and own the rest outright, so your wealth stays a tool and never becomes your master. Abraham started with nothing but a promise and a willingness to move, and he became one of the wealthiest free men the ancient world ever knew, because he believed first and built second. This is the Ancient Founders, where we decode the men and women God made rich, one founder at a time. Next, we open the vault on Isaac, the heir who took everything his father built and proved the fortune could survive a second generation. Tell me in the comments, which of the 4 moves is hardest for you to actually do? I read every one. Subscribe and let's uncover the next fortune together.